it's Miss Peavy, and I'm going to be telling you about one of my favorite books today. Now, if you have a favorite book, you know that it sucks you in from beginning to end, and that's exactly what this book does. There's a hand in the darkness, and it held a knife. This is the first sentence of the first chapter of The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. Now, this book is about a boy who gets adopted by Mr. and Mrs. Owens. But Mr. and Mrs. Owens are ghosts in a graveyard close to where this boy lived with his family. But did I mention this boy's family got murdered by a man named Jack? And Jack isn't a guy to give up easily. So Jack tracks the little boy down the hill and into the graveyard. But the ghosts, knowing what's going on, protect this little boy, who they name Nobody. Eventually, he ends up going by Bod because it's a little easier. Now, through this book, Bod ends up going on some really amazing adventures, kind of like Mowgli in The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, that this book is actually based on. So, anyways, Bod goes on all these amazing adventures, but when he's older, Jack realizes that his job never got finished all those years ago when Bod was a toddler. So Jack comes back after Bod. But can the ghost protect him? And Bod's protector in the graveyard, who's some other mythical creature other than a ghost. Well, you're going to have to read this and find out, because this is an exceptional book that I think you'll love too, if you like some adventure and some mystery and maybe some creepy stuff too. So check this book out, and I think you'll enjoy it. Hi all, it's Miss Peavy again, and I'm here to talk to you about another one of my favorite books. But first, I have a question. What would you do if you woke up and you found out that one of your parents was actually a Greek god or goddess? That'd be pretty cool. But that's exactly what happens to the hero of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. Now, Percy, this guy right here on the cover, is the hero of our book. And he always knew he was a pretty different kid, always getting in trouble and getting kicked out of school. And he never knew why he was different. Until one day, his teacher turns into a dragon creature. Well, when another one of his teachers gives him a pen that turns into a sword, Percy knows things have gotten weird. So Percy ends up at a camp called Camp Half-Blood, and it's full of demigods that are just like Percy. But Percy doesn't know who his father is. He knows his mother is mortal, that makes him a demigod, but he doesn't know who his father is until he enters into this game of capture the flag with the other demigods, and then all of a sudden his father claims him. And Percy finds out that his father is Poseidon, one of the big three. He's one of the ones that rule over Mount Olympus. Well, with that revelation, some big things happen. And Percy has to go on his first quest to help him prove that him and his father didn't steal Zeus's lightning bolt. So Percy goes on a pretty awesome adventure in this book. And guess what? This is only the first book in this series. There are 5 books total. So if you like this book, you've got more to read about Percy. But I would totally suggest starting with this book because Percy is a pretty awesome kid, and I think you'll like him just as much as I did.